the grass looked greener overseas. And so then I went on this trip, and then the grass looked greener back home, and now I'm back home and the grass looks greener in Omaha, and I'm exhausted. Good morning. It is November 24th, and I have decided that I want to do Vlogmas this year, and so I guess this is day one, but maybe it's not day one, and maybe I just want to talk and get this out there. I was journaling today, and I sort of just like don't feel great, and I kind of want to cry a bit. I'm just realizing how much I struggle with comparison and how it's been such a painful piece in my life throughout my entire life, and how much comparison has actually taken from me. This morning I got up and got on my phone, and that's never good. And I'm not here to just say, you know, technology is bad and social media is bad and all this stuff. It wasn't long. I literally got on my phone to look for a used Kindle so I could stay off of my phone, because I like to read books and I read them on my phone or on my iPad, and it's very easy to go from one place to another. And also I just feel like a Kindle screen is a little bit different than an iPad screen. I would love to have like the physical book of everything, but I use Libby, and if you don't know what that is, it's an app where you can put in your library card, which are free, and you have access to like any book that would be in your library on your phone. So I've been able to read or start reading lots of different books, and I really love it. But anyway, it's very distracting. You know, I'll read a couple chapters and then I'm like, okay, time to play a game. Or I'll read a couple chapters and I'm like, okay, let's go on TikTok. And next thing you know, I've spent like 5 hours of my life on TikTok. But that's not what this video is about. When I'm on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, it just doesn't take long for me to just hate where I'm at and hate who I am and hate what I look like. Last night I got on Instagram to see if an apartment complex had responded to a message that I sent them, and I was scrolling through the feed and I saw this very, very beautiful person. I just felt this overwhelming need or urge to want to change my hair and do my makeup and go buy like this and that and have like a glow up, you know, like I wanted to go self-tan. I was actually wanting to make my first Vlogmas video be like glow up for 2024/2025. But the truth is, like, you know, I want to like glow up, but I only want to glow up because I feel that if I was glowed up, I wouldn't feel the way that I feel right now. The real goal deep down is I want to get to a place where I don't wake up and want to be different, and I don't wake up and want to change everything about who I am and where I am. Like, I just want to be content, and I just want to love who I am. And so for me, glowing up would feel good until deep down it wouldn't be enough, because I would still feel like I'm not enough again. And so I've just been thinking about how much time I've spent living in a place that's not here, that honestly doesn't exist. And that is like really sad, because I want to enjoy my life and I want to be here for it, and I don't feel like I can be here and be present if I'm constantly living in the future, you know. And sure, I think it's great to have goals and to plan and, you know, think about, like, dreaming is totally okay. Like, it's okay to be like, I want to be this or that or do this or do that, and have goals and plans. Like, I think that that's perfectly okay and healthy. But I spend more of my time living in a place that doesn't exist, so I'm currently missing out on my life right now. My cats are eating right now, so if you can hear little crunches in the back, that would be them. I've just identified this, and I knew it was an issue, but I guess I am just now realizing how big of an issue it is and just how much it's affecting me. Some of the ways that comparison has been harmful in my life, outside of self-esteem and just the way that I feel about who I am in general. Comparison has really been harmful because the grass always looks greener, you know, and obviously that's a cliche, but there's a reason. I have lived in Michigan my whole life up until when I moved to Omaha, and reason that I moved to Omaha was because the grass looked greener. And you know, there was opportunity there and I don't regret it at all. I learned a lot and it led me to go on my year-long mission trip, which really changed my life and my relationship with God forever. And I truly am really grateful, and I would never undo any of it, even though it was so hard. But the grass looked greener and I moved to Omaha. When I was living in Omaha, I, was at my new job. I had gotten into a relationship and it truly was one of the best relationships that I've had. My relationships in the past have not been very good, and this was really, really different and a bit scary because of how different it was. And I had loads and loads of hurt that I brought with me into the relationship and did a whole bunch of things wrong. Like, I could talk about that forever. But for the sake of what I'm trying to focus on, yeah, it was like I'm with this person and, you see other relationships on social media. You start to compare there too. And so then all of a sudden the person that you're with isn't good enough and you're not good enough and no one's good enough, with comparison. Nobody is good enough. And that's really harmful. Comparison really destroyed my relationship. With myself and with my boyfriend at the time, really caused a lot of hurt in both of us, and that sucks. And I can't undo that, so I just have to learn from it. I also thought that the grass looked greener overseas. I wanted to run away from all my problems, and this opportunity came up to leave the country for a year, and I literally got on a plane and left. And then the grass looked greener back home. The entire time that I was on my trip, just wanted to be home. And it wasn't always like that. The first month that I was there, everything was okay. But my mom was diagnosed with cancer in like the third or so month, and it was just really hard to be away from her. I was in Romania in Europe, and it was really, really far from home, and it was like super painful. Felt like my whole world shattered. And then I just wanted to be in Michigan. And so I made it through the rest of the 7 or 8 months. Very, very, very painful 7 or 8 months. And finally, I'm home. And this feeling is just back again, where I don't want to be here. The grass looks greener in Omaha again. And I just don't know when all of this will end, And that's the thing about comparison, is there's nowhere that you can be happy. And I just want that to end. I'm tired of hurting myself. I'm tired of hurting others. If I were to move back to Omaha or anywhere, I want to know that I'm not going to run away because the grass looks greener somewhere else. I want to know that I'm not going to hurt someone or hurt myself anymore. And so I guess this is the beginning of the journey to finding contentment in my circumstance. And I don't necessarily want to be here, but I do know that I want to be healthy, and I do know that I can't spend the rest of my life running, and I can't spend the rest of my life comparing myself to everyone else when I have a life to live and a story to write. And so I guess I just want to let you in, and I'm gonna be trying to find resources, and I'm in therapy, so we'll probably work through a lot of this. And I think that a lot of this is related to self-esteem. I know that there's a way out. I know that there's hope, and I know that I won't always feel like this. It just sucks right now, and I'm glad that I've been able to name it and get it out and talk about it, because now I know what to do about it. Like, I don't know exactly what to do, but I can find resources, I can read books, I can pray about it. I know that I'll feel better, and I can't wait to tell you about, what worked and how to get out of this place, because I'm figuring it out. And I obviously want to share because, man, this is like crushing, and very suffocating. But I just know that there's freedom from this. And I just want to know what it's like to wake up in the morning and just be like my head, just be like quiet, or not necessarily quiet, because I don't think that I'll ever stop thinking, but to just wake up and feel like comfortable in my skin and content in my situation. And I have so much to be grateful for right now in this moment. I'm just looking forward to figuring this out, and I know that this is going to be a process. So there's a big chance that I'll be working through this for the rest of my life, especially with, you know, the way that the world is. It's it's honestly our culture, but I know it'll get easier as time goes on, so I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much for sitting with me and just listening. I would love to hear any of your thoughts that you have. I want to connect with you and be on this journey together, because we don't need to do it alone. And yeah, I mean, if you clicked on this video, I feel like that's a big step in the right direction as well, because I mean, sorry if you didn't get the answers that you wanted, but I'm proud of you for at least considering that something's not right, you know, because that's hard. But we're in this together and we're gonna get through this. I just know we are. Yeah, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.